Michael Jordan's top 10 moments of his career. Now, before I get started with this video, I've been sick all week, and so if I sound a little bit weird in this video, just know that I have been sick. I've had a cold, so if I sound a little weird, that's why, and that's the reason why I haven't been posting for literally the entire week. But I'm back, and I'm ready to talk some GOAT. Anyway, let's get into this. Obviously, since it's Jordan, he has so many incredible moments, so it was hard to condense it down to just 10, but basically, I went off an article from Bleacher Report that I put in the description box down below, and I decided to put that article into pretty much video format with the highest quality footage I could get. Some of these games aren't just Jordan's greatest games, they are some of the greatest games in NBA history. We should all know about these games, but some of us may not know about the stories that entail with them. These games solidified Jordan's place as the greatest player in NBA history. Lastly, before I get started, if this is the first video that you've watched, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more. I don't normally sound like this, but anyway, let's get into this. Here are MJ's greatest career moments. Number 10. Michael Jordan drops 51 points at the age of 38 years old. This game proved to the world that MJ was still capable of scoring 50 points, despite the fact that he was 38 years old. Now, I know that some people will disagree with this game being on the list, but this was ultimately Jordan's best game with the Washington Wizards. Not only that, but this game has a story behind it. This game was a game to silence his critics. Prior to this game, Jordan posted a career low at the time of 6 points in a loss against the Indiana Pacers. This was the first time Jordan had failed to score at least 10 points in an NBA game since he scored 8 points back in the 1986 season, when he was playing limited minutes because he was still recovering from an injury. So after he had his career low in points, he then went on to score 51 points at the age of 38 after being retired from the game for 3 seasons. Absolutely insane. This game also proved what MJ could have done if he had played in his prime during this era. Wow, the matchups would have been absolutely insane. And the what if scenarios, well, they'd be answered. Kobe vs Jordan in their primes. Jordan vs LeBron. Wow, it would have been crazy. Anyway, the craziest thing about this game was that Jordan scored 51 points on 55% field goal shooting. And after his 51 point performance, he then went on to score 45 points the next game on 50% field goal shooting. Absolutely incredible. That's like Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, Dirk, Paul Pierce dropping 51 this season. Like, what the hell? It's not even fair. He's the GOAT. What else can I say? Number 9. A spectacular move against Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers in the 1991 NBA Finals. As we all know, Michael Jordan elevated his game in the playoffs, more specifically the finals, more than any other player in NBA history. So this is one of the many great playoff games Jordan had during his career. The most famous highlight of this game was Jordan's switch hand move in the air. But that amazing move wasn't the only reason why this game is so great. This was game 2 of the 1991 NBA Finals, and the Bulls had lost game 1. So this game was crucial for them. Otherwise, they would have gone down 0-2 heading to LA. Jordan's performance was so great, one of his greatest performances ever in fact. He scored 33 points and recorded 7 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. That was a great all-around game by Jordan. He also had an amazing shooting performance as he shot 83.3% from the field, which is absolutely insane. That means he took 18 shots and made 15 of them, which is absolutely ridiculous. This was the game in which he also made 13 consecutive field goals. This is an NBA record, and this is not even his best finals game, which is just ridiculous in my opinion. Number 8. The Shrug in the 1992 NBA Finals. We have here another great finals performance. This game was important because it proved that Jordan had no real weaknesses. We all know that Jordan wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but to his credit, I must say that at the time that Jordan played, 3-point shooting wasn't all that big. And well, he didn't really care about shooting from 3-point range. To be honest, it's Jordan. If he wanted to shoot threes, he probably would have been able to. But this was the game where Jordan would answer the world and show that he could shoot threes, because when the Bulls wanted him to shoot threes and make them, he would do it. This is yet another game in which Jordan posted an NBA record. In fact, Jordan posted not one NBA record, but 2. He scored 35 points alone in the first half and he made 6 3-pointers during the stretch. His 6 3-pointers record would eventually be broken by Ray Allen, but his 35 first half points is still an NBA record. Jordan finished the night with 39 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists, and 2 steals, while shooting 59% from the field in just 34 minutes. We all know about this game, it's the shrug, but the fact that he answered all the people that said he couldn't shoot is just a testament to how good he was. Number 7, the double nickel against the New York Knicks. Jordan always saved his best for the New York Knicks. He loved playing against Starks, he loved playing against Ewing, and he loved beating Pat Riley. He's had great performances against this team, but this was by far the best one. We saw earlier that Jordan had a great game despite the fact that he was old and rusty. Well, that was not the first game he had done that. This game was Jordan's 5th game after being away from the game for 21 months. It also was a game on the road, in New York. The Knicks were the 2nd seed in the East, so this was a good and tough matchup. He scored 55 points on an amazing shooting night. He went 21 from 37 from the field, which is around 57%. I mean, who scores 55 points on 57% shooting in a 5th game on the road against a good team after being away for so long? Only Jordan can do that. Number 6, the shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1989 Eastern Conference Finals. Not much to say on this moment. We all know what happens. We all know this game from the famous buzzer beater Jordan had over Craig Elo to eliminate the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. It was a road game, and Jordan had a great all-around performance. He scored 44 points, shooting 53% from the field, and added 9 rebounds and 6 assists. But we know this game as the shot, and it's one of Jordan's finest moments.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it!
Number 5, the showdown during the 1993 NBA Finals. This is one of the greatest finals performances in NBA history. Jordan scored 55 points, which tied the 2nd most points scored in an NBA Finals. Jordan did what he did best, attack the basket. The Suns with their superstar Charles Barkley just couldn't stop him. Jordan helped the Bulls win this game and put the Suns in the 3-1 hole. He would add 8 rebounds and 4 assists to his amazing scoring performance. Unfortunately for Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan was probably the main reason why he never got a ring, which is quite sad, but that just shows Jordan's greatness. Number 4, 69 points against Cleveland. Michael Jordan seriously loves playing up against Cleveland. Surprisingly, no, this isn't an NBA Finals game or even a playoffs game, but a game where you almost drop 70 points doesn't go unnoticed. This was Jordan's career high in points. It was a road game against the tough and talented Cleveland Cavaliers. And some will use the overtime excuse to diminish this achievement, but scoring 69 points in a close game is much harder than scoring 69 points when your team is winning by double digits. Jordan finished the night with 69 points, shooting 62% from the field, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. It's certainly one of the greatest all-around performances in NBA history. And this was Jordan's career high in points, like I said, so this is definitely worthy of the number 4 spot. It still amazes me how Kobe and Jordan could score this many points in the era that they were playing in. It's just incredible. Anyway, let's get on to number 3. Number 3, the flu game. This performance is arguably Jordan's greatest performance ever. A Game 5 is crucial in the best of 7 final series when the series is tied at 2 games apiece, since the winner of that game would be 1 win away from the championship. The Game 5 winner in the NBA Finals ends up winning the series most of the time. The momentum was on the side of the Utah Jazz, and it didn't make things easier for the Bulls playing on the road. But this was not the biggest problem the Bulls had. Jordan was diagnosed with a stomach virus. Just by watching the game, one could see how sick and fatigued Jordan was feeling that night. But this flu wasn't going to stop Jordan. He knew the importance of this game, so he was playing against all odds. The Jazz though, they took an early 16-point lead, and at first it would seem like the Bulls would never recover from that deficit, and it seemed almost impossible, but they did, thanks to Jordan. He scored 17 points in the second quarter alone to cut the lead to just 4. Then, with less than a minute to go in the fourth quarter, the game was tied. And then, MJ just did what he does best. Jordan hit a 3-point shot to give his team the lead. the Bulls would win the game, heading back to Chicago with a 3-2 series lead, thanks to Jordan's heroic efforts. Jordan finished the night with 38 points on 48% field goal shooting to go along with 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and 44 minutes played, including 15 points in the fourth quarter, and the game winner. Number 2, Jordan dropped 63 points on Larry Bird. This could easily be the greatest game in Jordan's career. Jordan scored 63 points in a double overtime playoff game against the Boston Celtics, who at that time were at the peak of their power. This is still an NBA record for the most points scored in a playoff game. But what makes this game so great is more than that. Let's start off with the competition. Now, one thing about Jordan is that he saved his best for the best. The 1985-86 Boston Celtics team is one of the best teams in NBA history. This team had a 67-15 record, including a 40-1 record at home. It featured 5 Hall of Fame players: Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, and Bill Walton. Bill Walton was obviously past his prime, but he was still an MVP at one point. Yeah, well, those were before the injuries. Anyway, the team was 3rd in the offensive rating and 1st in defensive rating. Scoring 63 points against a team like that is no easy task, especially when one of those players, Dennis Johnson, made the all-defensive team multiple times. And Larry Bird was actually an underrated defender as well. But this was even more difficult because it was just Jordan's 2nd season. To give you an idea, that's like D'Angelo Russell or someone like him dropping 63 points on the Golden State Warriors and on Kevin Durant next season. Just absolutely insane. Obviously, D'Angelo's not going to do that. He's not as good as Jordan. He's just a snitch. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But like I said, this was Jordan's 2nd season in the league. Not only that, but he missed 64 games and he still had one of the greatest games in NBA history. He also added 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. What makes this scoring performance even more impressive is the fact that Jordan didn't even have a single 3-point shot. Like, 63 points is crazy, but he didn't shoot one 3-point shot. What the hell? Insane. And number 1, the last shot in the 1998 NBA Finals. Let's just set the scenario for those that don't know, which I'm pretty sure you all should know, but if you don't, the Bulls entered the game with a 3-2 series lead over the Utah Jazz. But Game 6 was in Utah, not in Chicago. A 7th game would have been played in Utah as well. The odds favored Utah to win this game and send the series to a 7th game. The momentum was on the side of the Utah Jazz, and few teams have won a finals game 7 on the road. So the pressure was on the Bulls. To make things worse, Pippen was dealing with some injuries of his own. He played only 26 minutes in this game because he had a back injury. As you can see, virtually everything was against Chicago. Add to the fact that this was Jordan's last game in a Bulls uniform, and it was supposed to be his last game in the NBA. The game was ultra competitive. It was so competitive, in fact, that with less than 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, the game was tied. But John Stockton hit a shot from 3 to break the tie and give the Jazz a 3-point lead with just 41.9 seconds left remaining. At first, it would seem that the Utah Jazz won the game, but with Jordan on the floor, as we know, anything is possible. Jordan attacked the basket on his next play and scored within 4 seconds to cut the lead to just 1. Chicago had to play great defense and hope for a Utah Jazz turnover or a missed shot. The turnover came when MJ took the ball away from Malone's hands. He scored with just 5.2 seconds left to give the Bulls a 1-point lead. The Jazz missed their last shot and the Bulls won the game and the NBA championship. Jordan finished the night with 45 points, including 16 in the fourth quarter. When the Bulls were trailing by 3 with less than a minute to go, Jordan made 3 crucial plays to lead the team to victory. This is what I call being clutch, not just some game winner in an insignificant regular season game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, the time he told Dikembe Mutombo that he would hit a free throw with his eyes closed was pretty dope too. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. I make a whole bunch of videos just like this one, a whole bunch of what ifs and NBA scenarios, so definitely hit that subscribe button for more. I released a Stephen Curry what if video that I'll drop in the description box down below, so definitely check it out. And if you guys have any other moments that you think deserve to be on this list, let me know down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and you'd want to watch more videos just like this, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like on this video. It would mean the world to me. Lastly, I want to make a video just like this one, but I want to make it for quite a lot of players. So let me know which player you would want to see next. Also, sorry I sound sick, I can't really help that. I wanted to give you guys a video because I haven't uploaded in a week, and a week is a very long time. So I really apologize if I sound really weird and you guys didn't enjoy the video, but I tried my best. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.
In 3 college seasons, the Warriors repeatedly said how excited they are to have Stephen Curry, but the media was more fired up about published reports of a swap that would send Curry to Phoenix for Amari Stoudemire.